And welcome to Everyday Hip Hop. My name is Cayman,
And I'm Xavier.
and we are coming to you guys live from the Black Ambition Media YouTube channel. Do us a favor, make sure you like and subscribe. This video on the bottom, Xavier, he's outside.
He's outside.
He's outside.
Cole is back.
2/6/26. The fall off is dropping, but he decided to give us something else before that, a 4-pack titled The Birthday Blizzard.
It was cold.
It was cold.
It's a cold world.
Cold world. Cole is back. There's a lot to get to with this. I don't even know where to start with it. Um, what did you think about the 4-pack just when you saw it dropped?
When I saw it drop initially, I was like, did the fall off come early? I wasn't expecting us, especially after we've already received My Delete Later. I wasn't expecting another mixtape or EP before the fall off. And to get just some pure bars, I'm not expecting the fall off to sound like anything we got from that project.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, frankly, nothing we've heard from Cole really has sounded like that mixtape. That might have been the most just rapping ass Cole I've ever heard. Like I've
Yeah.
never heard Cole rap over a beat like this. Like these were some beats that you would expect, like a Mortal Technique or like some rapping ass rappers, and Cole is a rapping ass rapper. So
He is.
I was just excited in that sense to kind of get a symbol of flow, lyrical expertise, technique to expect in the fall off.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not expecting the fall off to sound like this tape in any instance. I do like the choose your own pay, similar to how Mick Jenkins did when we were kind of just moving towards the more supporting your artists through your fan base, because streams ain't really paying like that.
Right.
So I do like that, because there's gonna be some people that pay that dollar.
Right.
There's gonna some people that maybe drop a 10 on you, or 20 and 50. So it kind of just it shows you how in touch with you are with your fan base.
Right. You started off really good, really I like how you started off on a positive note, because I also wanted to give kudos to Cole for the direct to consumer approach. I think music is in a weird place, and I was watching how a Kendrick, a Drake, even a Cole before he backed out, and we'll talk about all that, what they did as far as releasing music like 616 in LA, I believe, was released on Instagram. Drake also released a song that was on Instagram. How are some of the top echelon acts doing a direct to consumer approach, and how is that setting the forefront for what rap is going to be in the coming years? So to see J. Cole drop Birthday Blizzard with the direct to consumer approach, the site crashed. People were trying to give money and still couldn't listen to the music. There's a whole bunch of things going on, but for one of the top dogs, one of the people that is solidified in rap, to use that approach, I think it was something monumental and something that needs to be focused on more, especially for artists that just don't want to put their stuff on streaming platforms and not really make any bread off of it, like you were saying. So kudos to Cole on that note.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I have nothing but positives to say about Cole. I mean,
Really,
did
really.
did we listen to the same project? I
Um,
think it is now officially safe to say that not only is Cole a generational talent, I honestly don't think there is a single person that raps or can put together a song better than J. Cole, as long as you're not paying attention. Like, if you're able to turn that part of your brain where it like comprehends and
I
like
knew you were.
analyzes.
See, I knew you were. I knew you. I knew.
If you
it
turn
was,
off the analytical part of your brain, J. Cole is a spitter. But the second you start to think and connect some dots, they don't want you to connect the dots.
right.
This mixtape, if anything, proved to me that J. Cole and his fans are the biggest gaslighters in hip hop history.
Uh-oh.
And to listen to y'all niggas continue to revise history
Yes.
and play with my intelligence is driving me up the wall.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Cole is feeding into this narrative that he stepped away from the battle. I mean, technically,
He did.
you did step away from the battle,
Right.
But we all know if you would have received the type of attention you wanted, the type of engagement you wanted from 7 Minute Drill, you would not only not deleted it, you would not have apologized. But it's because, and you even mentioned it in your apology, it is because your fan base was so blatant in their just, your fan base killed it for you. They went out there and copped and lied on your behalf, saying that Kendrick Lamar's catalog is whack, To Pimp a Butterfly was trash, and that you were the better artist. So much to the extent that you had to go and clarify, I actually really didn't even mean it like that. I mean, it wasn't personally my favorite project, but I think we can all agree he's better than me. Like, that is the reason why you took a step back, because your fan base made you realize, okay, maybe I'm doing a little too much right now. And yet again, we are seeing that same dense fan base try to revise history, and J. Cole is siding with them. I don't really understand. J. Cole, I don't know who's pissing me off more, J. Cole or his fans. Because in one sense, it's like J. Cole is trying to make amends and put this whole beef aside when he's just talking. But the second he gets in the booth, that he turned into a whole different nigga.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I agree.
Like, J. Cole and his fan base want to convince me, and have been trying to convince me for years now, that he is just some yogi who sits in a mountaintop and only prays and writes music and lights incense. I don't hear that in the music. It ain't nothing but gun bars. I thought he wasn't a gun. But if you listen
the
to
gun
this
ain't
mixtape,
deadly. The gun ain't deadly.
I thought he wasn't deadly no more. But if you listen to this mixtape, J. Cole is back to being lethal. That gun is back out. J. Cole is nasty with the shadow bullets.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna send your ass to ether as long as we playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just joking. I'm just playing.
I'm not really talking this stuff.
J. Cole is the nastiest nigga in a scrimmage. Nasty. You ain't never seen a rapper nasty like J. Cole in a scrimmage. Practice. J. Cole go kill you in practice. But that game though, oh, he didn't even make it out the locker room. He started putting his clothes on. He started putting his shoes. Stomach started turning. He been in the stall throwing up since the first half. J. Cole ain't an all-star when it comes to playing. J. Cole is an all-star in the practice squad. And that's not me just talking out of my ass. That is me listening to music and comprehending. J. Cole wants the acclaim and recognition of a lyricist, of a battle rapper, of a top echelon rapper. But he wants you to passively listen to his music like he's Drake. I'm sorry, are you making target music? Or are you making pivotal music that shifts the culture? It can't be both. Because they ain't playing that at Target. They're not playing that at Target, Cole.
They ain't playing them bars.
I barely made it. I only made it through the mixtape because we had to talk about it. I only made it through the mixtape because we had to talk about it.
Come on, man. That's good raps. Come on.
It was amazing raps. It was great raps.
Yes.
And we've had the same conversation before. I'm gonna let you talk because you got me started.
No. Do your thing right now.
Drake and J. Cole, the light skinned brothers. That's the
Yes.
reason we saw them on stage together.
Hugging and
They
kissing
are
on
the
stage.
same person, minus some age gaps. But they are
Minus the family.
J. Cole likes his children. he'll ride a bike. No, J. Cole and Drake are two sides to the same coin, and I have the same problem with them. They are both amazing artists, but they continue to take the easy way out and refuse to use their God-given abilities in the name of the culture. J. Cole, in one breath, will say how engagement and drama is what is driving clicks in the music industry, but then in the next very vein will say, I love that our OGs are on podcasts now. Make up your fucking mind, Cole. I love that Joe Budden got a podcast. What you think Joe Budden gonna be talking about when this album drops, Cole? He gonna be talking about your ass. And if that shit don't hit,
Yeah.
I bet you the next song we hear from Cole is gonna be about, man, these rappers just get on podcasts and they talk about all the things they wanted to do but couldn't do in their career and just trying to bring a young nigga. J. Cole, you're not serious. You are not. I'm gonna put my mic back. You're not serious. I want nothing more in this life but to put this battle behind me.
2 years.
Move on.
2 years now.
I moved on.
Yeah.
Cole, you won't let me move on. Just like Drake won't let us move on from Not Like Us or Like That or anything that happened during that battle. He keeps it is Drake that keeps bringing this battle up. It is Drake that keeps driving the engagement for Not Like Us. And Cole, it is you that keeps reminding me that you got on that stage and told your fans to agree with you that another man was a better artist than you. That's nasty. That's nasty. I don't care what nobody says in the name of hip hop.
In the name of hip hop.
I cannot, with a good conscience, let a nigga who was dang near unprovoked step into the ring, throw the first punch, apologize, and delete the punch after he was paid before the other person could respond. You're nasty. I'm still going to listen to the music.
And then 2 years later, come out saying...
I gotta pee.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
I've calmed down.
You okay now?
Yes.
Are you okay now?
Okay.
Okay. Let me say this. Great monologue. I think that was a great way to start the show. Great way to start everyday hip hop. What we know to love about the genre, Xavier, what we were raised on. We were raised on hip hop being militant. We were raised on rap battling, but we were raised on the competitive nature of what rap is. We were raised on there is a number one, and sometimes you have to fight out for who is that number one, who's that most relevant. Sometimes you just have grievances with somebody on wax, and you want to get that shit out. Sometimes it's turned violent. It's turned deadly. We've seen it all here in hip hop in the 1 years, 52 years of hip hop. I think the 50-year anniversary of hip hop was 2 years ago now. So we've seen a lot in the 52 years of hip hop. One thing we never saw, a nigga on a stage apologizing. But that's not the point. What I want to do is, we did start this podcast off with giving J. Cole credit for direct-to-consumer approach. I also want to give J. Cole credit for this. Stephen A. used to do this. Stephen A. is somebody who seems like they've lost their mind in the recent months, wanting to talk politics. But when that man used to talk sports back in the day, when he stuck to shut up and dribble in his own concept of being a journalist on the thing that he's covered for 20 plus years, and he knows the craft of what sports is and the nature of it and how everything goes together and stuff like this, would say something about LeBron James and let me pay a little homage to him. He would have this ticker that comes up about LeBron James. Great father, great philanthropist, great businessman. Married to Savannah, black woman, like got the black family. Like, LeBron James did everything right. LeBron James is very successful. LeBron James is a champion. LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time. But guess what? Now I'm about to critique LeBron James. And I feel like I have to do the same thing when we're talking about the Dreamville fans and the Cole fans. I have to do the same thing with J. Cole, ladies and gentlemen. I have to put a disclaimer down there for you guys, because you guys don't understand how we can critique him when he's rapping so great. So let me break it down for you guys, because I really, really feel like you understand what's going on. I really, really feel like you understand these last two years how it's transpired, how Cole has played with our emotions. I think you guys really, really understand, but it's something about J. Cole that makes these people want to turn the blind eye to what he did and what he's saying on some of these records. And let's really, really peel back the layers and think about this. So let me give you guys the disclaimer. J. Cole, great father, business owner.
You started losing me. That RE project was pretty good.
Great lyricist.
Got me.
Dreads.
They're there.
Nigga had waves and dreads in his lifetime.
Sound like you're running out of.
Running out of
Sorry,
compliments.
grasp it. He had waves before.
Has
Do you remember when J. Cole had waves? That was an era.
has a Lambo truck.
Amen.
Wrote Crooked Smile.
Mm-hmm.
2014 Forest Hills Drive.
You sound like like Cole. Name something recent.
Great father, great husband,
Okay.
philanthropist. I don't know, but
I was gonna say, what do you do?
doesn't wear jewelry. Rides a bike.
I ain't seen that bike in
In a minute, huh?
I saw that.
I ain't
that
seen
Porsche.
it since the. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I did see that.
I want that. I don't want
But
that bike.
ladies and gentlemen, J. Cole is a great lyricist and rapper. But what is he saying in some of these records? Is my question. How are we going to address some of the things and some of the topics that he's saying in these records? Are we going to be okay with him talking about in Bronx Zoo freestyle what he was talking about? Now, J. Cole did something when we're talking about what this 4-pack was. He rapped over Victory. He rapped over Can I Live? Shout out to the Locks. He rapped over Who Shot Ya? Biggie. He rapped over Money, Power, Respect by the Locks as well. 4 beats that are synonymous with hip hop. 4 beats that are synonymous with freestyling, and you can really get your ish off if you use these beats to freestyle. Kudos to him for paying homage to hip hop with this. Let's go to the Bronx Zoo freestyle lyrics. He's talking about grown men peddling and gossiping about of all the things. I remember when it was rapping and ball playing. Now the bread and butter is yapping and parlaying. Oh man, your name's a big conversation. Max deals for Luka Doncic lobbing to Aiton. Nowadays you can make a grip commentating. If you master 2 skills, either dick riding or hating, just look around. The hating and the dick riding is blatant. Tell mama your ticket to finally live out of her basement was found in one magical word, and it's engagement.
I had a lot of problems with that.
What were we supposed to say about what happened on February the 7th, 2024? What were we supposed to say? Is it hating? And if it's a narrative about people that love to commentate, because J. Cole did release a 10-part podcast series about his upbringing and then wants to talk about people commentating, you want to tell your own story, media is important no matter what. Y'all niggas don't want to talk to nobody, and this goes for Drake and Kendrick as well, and J. Cole. People are left for interpretation of what you niggas are talking about because you guys don't like to talk about relevant stuff. You guys don't sit down with nobody and are you guys don't have any priorities to talk. Like I think about the NBA, I think about LeBron James and some of these people. You can decline the media for one game, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to face the media and you're going to have to answer some questions, no matter what is going on. Rap, you don't have that. There's no precedent. You're not under an organization that is making you actually talk. We haven't heard Kendrick say nothing in 2 years. They did all that damage and ain't said nothing but the Super Bowl interview he had. We ain't heard him talk. Drake is doing interviews with Bobby Altoff. J. Cole is interviewing his damn self. This is the state of media right now. So you're saying there's either dick riding or hating. Those are the 2 ways when people that really, really love the sport of rap and like to break down rap and really, really have a love and affection for it, just like you do, J. Cole, has to talk about what rap really means to them. And what you did on February 7th has nothing to do with, oh, you couldn't sleep at night and all that. And no, we have to tell the truth about what really happened on that stage. So what did you think about that? What did you think about that stanza right there of bars about the hating and dick riding?
Just piggybacking off of what you said as well, J. Cole. Damn, why did you kind of blank on you? Dang, hold on. What did you just say?
I was saying how
The dick
dick
riding.
riding and hating. What are you supposed to pick when you commentate on this sport too? And a lot of people that want to commentate on what hip hop is has a lot to say about what you did as far as that apology goes and dropping out of the battle.
Okay, so that's so. When it comes to that overall, I think J Cole, like you said, he's interviewing himself
Yes.
because similar to why he was dodging Cam and Mace, he can't go to these true hip hop platforms where they will ask him the real questions
Mhm.
because none of them will agree that what you did was
Mhm.
hip hop. That might have been amazing to see a man do, someone to take accountability and really say something that people might feel but wouldn't actually ever want to verbalize. Yeah, that's good for you as a man, but we're not talking about that right now. This ain't your therapy session. This is hip hop. And that shit was soft. There ain't no way to mince it. Ain't no other way to sugarcoat it. What you did was the antithesis to hip hop. You threw a rock and cut off your hand. I cannot condone that, and I cannot let you gaslighting me into thinking that that was okay.
Right. Right.
I just can't. I just can't.
Right.
And he wants to talk about artists using drama or just clickbait or name dropping for engagement. Who has he been spending all this time with for the last 2, 3, 4 years? One of the biggest drama crybabies in all of music. So part of me is like, is he just that dense, or is that a shot at Drake? But all of me knows
It couldn't be
it couldn't be a shot at Drake because of Port Antonio.
Exactly.
Talking about
Exactly.
dick riding. It's like, I don't understand how you could listen to Cole at this point and not nitpick every single thing he says.
Yes.
We read one bar and I'm like, okay, he's talking about how he can't rock with artists using drama for engagement, but he spent all this time with Drake.
Right.
He wants to talk about just the music industry is all about engagement and it's all about this and all about, but you just at the end of that same song talk about how you're glad people are doing this thing.
Mhm.
And then you also did that same exact thing and dropped an entire series. So I don't understand. I don't understand it. He's like Donald Trump, bro.
All right. All right.
No,
All
like dead
right.
ass. Like not in the
They're
racism.
gaslighters, though.
Yes, that's what I
Yes,
mean. Like
they're
not in the
gaslighters.
sense of the racism, of course. Not in the racism. But they're both friends with an Iceman. They're both friends with an Iceman. And both have this like abuser ass mentality where it's like they're gonna beat my ass and then tell me it was good for me.
Right.
Like, I know I said I'm never gonna talk about how I'm better than anybody and I'm not a gun. My gun ain't deadly. I didn't even load that shit, but bitch, I'll kill you if you ever think you can get in the booth with me. What are we talking
What
about?
are we talking about?
I don't understand how you could just turn your brain off. Oh, J.
Contradictory.
Cole's on. Boop, turn my brain off.
Right.
Hip hop brain deleted.
Mhm.
Oh, I only comprehend Drake bars now. I just don't understand it.
Right.
I'm gonna listen to it, like I said.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna listen to
We
it
have a job to do.
because it's good. But that just gets back to my biggest problem with it all. J. Cole fans and J. Cole are writing this narrative of as long as it's good. What did he say? Lean on the skill.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to turn your rapper brain off and just vibe out. I don't want to vibe out, Kendrick, or what's your name? Cole? Kendrick Jr.? I don't want to vibe out.
Kendrick Jr.
I don't want to vibe out. God. Change your turn.
Yeah. I want to get to one thing, but I'm gonna give it back to you just for a second because I think this point is important. What we were talking about before the pod, you said something about J. Cole's VC. How did J. Cole choose to spend his VC as a rapper? And I think this is a problem. Your bars can be impeccable, but there's other facets to this, and I people are gonna say we're hating or we're nitpicking because the raps are so good, but it's just that simple. There's other elements to being an artist, and I think that there's people that can rap just as good as Cole, but have other attributes and sliders up that Cole may just not have. And he's saying he's getting better and that's why I really, really want this fall off to be amazing. But I don't know if he's gonna give me what I need from him.
I I I, I 100% I agree with that, and I just think that all just goes back to the apology. But I think J. Cole thinks the majority of the public has a problem with the apology for one reason, but we genuinely have a problem with it for a completely different reason. When we talk about music, and I've heard FD Signifier talk about this similar when he's talking about Kanye, music is very similar to the WWE. A lot of these people, and we know
Persona,
it,
yeah.
they're personas.
Mm-hmm.
That's not we know that's not who they really
Mm-hmm.
are. Just like the Undertaker don't live in a coffin. Like he don't sleep and he don't always wear the black makeup and he don't just stare at people like that. It's a persona to drive that engagement.
There you go.
You're a story, it's a character. When you break that character and I can see you for who you are, but you continue to pretend to be that character, which is you're pretending to be that character now. You're not that character. That's not who I know you for anymore. You broke. I now know who you are. So now when I look at you, you're pretending. So I'm always just gonna have that in the back of my head, like, yeah, this is cool. It sounds really good and all, but I mean, he's capping, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it gets down to get down, he ain't getting down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like once you break that kayfabe, once you break that persona, it's going to be very hard for people to look at you in that same light. And I don't think J. Cole is doing anything to make people look at him any different. He's just trying to act like it didn't happen.
Right. And then my other question, because 99 like 99 overall on bars, 97 overall on flow. Like, you have those two sliders up, but what the artistry I feel like has always been missing with J. Cole, and that's been the main thing with him. Even though like the off season to me, and I think that came out in 2022. Let me double check when that actually came out.
I think it was like 2021.
2021. The off season came out, and I think this was great rapping. I think this was some of Cole's best rapping right here. I think this was, if you count it as a mixtape, a great mixtape to where we saw Cole evolve his pen. My problem is, are you still dissing on this project right now? Because we had the big three line, but we also had this. Young Simba, some niggas threw some hate my way, but only thing they should say is, Cole, you're like a father to me. Now, let me play what rapper Simba from the Bay Area, shout out to the Bay Area. Let's hear what Simba said about Cole after he dropped out of the battle.
They say the rap game all fucked up. Numbers is down, the niggas act like bitches, so the girls grew nuts. Niggas capping to the camera too much. Go broke, get on a podcast and disrespect they mans come up. Y'all boys worse than dope that's cut. Cause niggas step on everything instead of stepping they priorities up. Your baby mama drive a Ford that she can't even afford, and now she gotta clean floors for them kids that you ignore. We living in a war where most women is wanting more than what the nigga that they typically end up with can afford. So niggas going broke buying bottles and renting foreigns, cause even if she ain't yours, she yours, inside there yours. They like, Simba, drop some music, so I guess it's time. I've been acting and designing, bitch, I'm getting fly. I'm 2 steps ahead of you niggas who next in line. These laundry mad ass rappers be sounding washed and dry. They say I need a song with so and so, I'm not surprised. But every time I send a verse, these niggas petrified. It's time to kill the rap game for a second time. I'm doing drive-bys in a Tesla, that's an electric slide. I look the devil dead in his eyes like I ain't scared to die. For damn sure ain't scared to go to war with a friend of mine. Pushing through sunset, lighting up with the top down. Barbershop convos about who sit at the top now. The big three fucked up, Cole gave up his spot now. Can't say you top 5 if you scared to be hostile. I remember feeling your pain when you let Nas down, but you done let Boz down and Cos down. You done let the squad down.
That was the worst part.
You didn't let Boz down and Cos down.
You done let the squad down.
You didn't let the squad down. So now you come back. Simba says this, and you have this bar. I don't know if it's aimed towards him, Xavier, But is it a damn coincidence that he says, Young Simba, yes, I listened to the warm-up, and he has a song named Grown Simba, and J. Cole has called himself Simba, whatever. Young Simba, some niggas threw some hate my way, but only thing they should say is, Cole, you're like a father to me. So you're still doing your selective light-skin stuff. Is that...
But that's the problem with J. Cole, and that's the problem with subliminals. When you just throw something out that could possibly fit multiple people, what, you expect them to not feel some type of way? You expect them to not say something? Cole, this is hip hop.
And Simba said he's already on his way to the studio, and there's a diss track coming.
So now what? When you say a subliminal that can be felt by a couple other people,
right?
Now those people start to step out and call you out your name, Cole. Now we're back to square one. Maybe if you don't got it in your heart to load the shit, stop talking about
maybe
people.
If your gun is not deadly.
If you popping out to war with a Nerf, maybe you shouldn't be there. The best way to not be a target is to not put it on your back. Stop talking about people, because that ain't the only bar or the only subliminal in this entire tape. He's
talking on this.
So and that's what I don't understand, because even with my delete later, it wasn't just a 7-minute drill where he was taking shots at Kendrick or just taking shots in general.
Yes.
It was the entire tape.
Yeah.
So that's what Cole. I've heard who was saying this. Screwface John. Cole is a battle rapper. He has battle rapper bars. Cole is a gun rapper. But when he gets pressed, or when somebody comes at him with that same
it was his friend,
energy,
bro. It was his friend.
I think J. Cole just lives in this imaginary world where like hip hop is just like a diary. Like he gets to just say all the things that are in his head without any consequence. Like, oh, I'm just living my life. But
he
making
knows it's
art.
not like that. He knows.
Does he?
Under Jay-Z for that much time.
When was the last time you seen Jay-Z and Cole in a room together, or heard their voices on anything? I ain't when. I be forgetting they was even together.
I be forgetting too.
Does Jay-Z even like Cole?
I'm saying for him to rap on these legendary beats, like Cole knows the essence of hip hop and what it's supposed to be. Cole knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's ignorant to the facts of hip hop. He doesn't think that rap is some diary where he can just say whatever he wants. He knows what this shit is. He knows.
I don't think he does, Cayman.
He has to.
Well, I think he knows because multiple times in his career he's been stepped to.
Yeah.
But I think when he gets stepped to, he just thinks those people are out of pocket and out of line. Like, why are you so angry? I
just want to rap.
This is why did you read my diary? Who told you could open that? Why would you... Nigga, you published it. Everybody can see this. And I think he just thinks he's the only one with access to the files. No, it's the world.
Xavier, I used to be top seed. Apology dropped me way out of the top 3. No problem. I'm probably my best when they doubt me. Watch me.
And that just made me throw up in my mouth. Because nobody is doubting you, Cole. The reason why people were so upset because obviously they had more respect for you as an artist than you did. They had more wherewithal or more charisma, more gumption for what you would do in a battle than you did. And I don't know, maybe it's because for the last 10 years you've been, again, dropping all these gun bars and saying nobody can step to you and you're the best rapper to ever grace this side of the universe. So they're like, oh, it's battle time? Cole been ready. Cole been waiting for this exact moment. I'm about to put my parlay on Cole.
Yeah, I know we've been waiting for Drake and Kendrick for 10 plus years, specifically them two niggas, but I can't wait to hear what Cole got to say about this whole thing. I can't wait for the nigga that has been talking about this same subject. And this is why, going on to the fall off, because, ladies and gentlemen, I loved 99 Bill Freestyle, which was the last record on this 4-pack. The rest of the songs were like, okay, great rapping. Everything was great rapping. Bronx Zoo freestyle and him talking about the top 3 and trying to gaslight me. I'm not going for it, so I'm not giving him any credit for that. That 99 Bill freestyle was damn good rapping, damn good flow, damn good. This is what you're supposed to do. My point in saying that though is, in the 4 tracks that we got with these freestyles, it's topics that we've heard from J. Cole before. We've heard him talking about bots and inflating numbers. He was talking about that in that Flawless a Lot verse that happened in 2017-18 when he jumped on that record with 21 Savage. We've heard him talk about him being the best for 10 years and how he's killing each feature and how he's getting better with time. We've heard him talk about some of these same subjects in his music for now 10 years. The fall off cannot be 2 discs of you talking about the same content. So I don't know how J. Cole's going to switch it up and elevate himself, but you can't just rap about the same things over and over again for 2 tracks and expect people to really rock with it and deem it. Like, I want to hear some of the best hip hop songs I've ever heard in my damn life on this Fall Off album. And if it's not that, then what? Then what have you had this whole rollout and anticipation for this album for over 7-8 years that we've known about it? Why have all this anticipation if it's not going to be that? If it's some of the content that I've heard here, and I know this is just a little 4-pack that he dropped on his birthday because he wanted to before the album. We have a week to the album and all that good stuff. I bet not hear Cole talk about this battle no more. I bet not hear Cole talk about inflated numbers and bots. I bet not hear Cole talk about how he's the greatest and this and that and that and this. I want to hear more introspective. I want to hear something different because, like you said, if you don't want to really dive deep, like maybe Cole has some of those records. I'll give him some, like a little. I'll give him some of them.
What, Kevin's Hurt?
The one where he's talking about addiction on KOD. I think there's some of those records.
That's his only album where he kind of really took a shot.
I agree.
Everything else is what
Fold
you would
closed.
expect
I want
from.
to fold close.
I hate that song still. I still hate that song.
There's some. I'm gonna say there are some J. Cole records that could make you potentially think, and some content that he's dropped that can make you potentially think. But what is he gonna? What are the themes of this Fall Off album?
I mean, what
are the themes?
What would you expect J. Cole to talk about? At this point in J. Cole's career, what has he primed you to think, like, okay, these are the type of things that J. Cole would talk about? If I asked you, what would 2 Chainz rap about?
Well,
money,
yeah,
hoes, clothes, fancy, luxurious things.
But
what does Kanye like to rap about?
Okay,
we know. What does Kendrick like to rap about? What does Cole like to rap about, Cayman? What does Cole like to rap about other than being the best?
But
what does Cole like to rap about other than being unfuckwittable?
Yeah. The thing with Chainz, though, we've seen Chainz. We've seen Chainz evolve throughout the years. Yes, he's still talking about the same thing, but we saw him do that Larry June and Alchemist project, and we saw him talk about taking ownership and building a business and stuff like that. You still talking about money and getting money, but you're talking about getting money with your wife. You're talking about gaining an LLC. So you're still reinventing yourself within hip hop, giving me new information while also talking about money.
Right. It's still luxury, but now it's elevated. It's more elevated luxury. It's not just my Adidas are so fresh you don't got them. It's like, no, me and my wife are starting businesses. We got bread you ain't even seen before. It's still stunting on you. It's still money. It's still luxury, but we elevated the way that I write my words.
Right.
J. Cole, like you said, spent all his VC on flow and just rap ability, technique. But he still has these high school bars. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being able to listen to a song in one go and know exactly what the artist meant
Mm-hmm.
and be able to leave with the message that was intended.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that is a great skill to have. I can make a song, you know exactly what I was saying, and you get the exact message that I was trying to convey. Versus an artist who can make a song
Mm-hmm.
and 5 different people can walk away with 5 different messages. That is a different skill in its own, but that is also something that you don't expect from an artist like J. Cole, because he hasn't made you believe that he's gonna take you on this journey. When you listen to Cole, you heard it, I understood it. What was said was said.
Now it's just feels like repetitive, even though
It's
it's great
just
rapping. It's great rapping.
Yes, but it's just
Yeah.
the same song I heard in 2014,
Yeah.
but better. That's all it is. It's the same song I heard 10 years ago, but performed better. You know, like when they take the old track and they polish it up a bit, or when they take the old movie and they add the color to it. That is J. Cole. He is a 40s film with color. That's the same shit, nigga. It just look better. And that's no hate.
Let's. And that's
I know it's hard to believe.
Man,
That's
let's
no
go to
hate.
this. So J. Cole drops an additional cover for the Fall Off. He says here, I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but I'm gonna read this part of it. The picture of where it all started for me felt fitting for an album that I made with the ending in mind. It has been the cover of the Fall Off for about the past 7 years. Perfect in my mind. However, and to be I feel like I'm getting better and all this, and then you're thinking about the end right now. It just does not make sense to me as a rapper. Whatever though, whatever.
The only way it makes sense is just to get off the point. Because the longer you think about it,
It don't.
if you're just getting better, if you're just now catching up to these people, why are you done? But I digress.
However, 2 years ago, after the events that still feed the algorithm till this day, I became incredibly re-inspired, and the album slowly blossomed into a double disc as the concept expanded. I felt there should be an additional cover that represented that. Something just as strong as the first with my face on it, so that when I look back in 20 years, I can see an image of who I was at the time I released the project I worked on for so long.
I hope he released 7 images. You look a lot different.
So what do you think about that? However, 2 years ago, after the events that still feed the algorithm to this day, I became incredibly re-inspired, and the album slowly blossomed into a double disc. So you're telling me that your first disc was the Fall Off before the apology, and the second disc was the apology. Um, the first disc was was before the apology, and the
Mhm.
second disc was after the apology.
So why'd the first disc take 5 years and the second disc took 2 years?
Because he just got back in the booth and got re-inspired, and it
Oh.
blossomed into that.
Oh no, Cole. Oh no.
Hey, the music is coming out next week, so we gonna see. But I mean, what could the apology blossom out other than more y'all are dick riders and hating on me bars? What else could the apology push him to a level of artistry that we need to see on this album, or did it push him just to rap more? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And I really think that's the only 2 ways you could go with that. It's either the apology made him realize, oh, no matter what, y'all are just gonna hate, so I'm just gonna rap about whatever I want to rap about anyway. If I want to talk about guns, I'm gonna talk about my guns. I'm leaving after this anyway. Like,
that's not gonna do it.
This
though.
is my senior year.
Right.
I ain't gonna see y'all next summer anyway,
Right.
so
I'm
I'm
gonna go out loud.
just gonna go out crazy. Or it's like the apology just freed him. Like, this nigga walked into a mall, maybe not a mall, but he walked into a public area, got completely butt naked, and said, "This is who I am. Feast your eyes." And once you do that, I mean, there's nothing else worse you could really do. So maybe, like you said, maybe this just unlocks some other artistic level of Cole we've never seen, and this is just gonna be like KOD on crack, which is KOD was anti-drug, but
Right.
But I just think I don't think it's the latter. I don't think this made Cole turn into Basquiat. I don't think Cole is gonna come out here with like like testing. I don't think Cole's gonna come out here with his very first, honestly, his very first artistic
Right. Type of album.
type of album. I don't think he's gonna do that with his last swing. I think he's just kind of like, hey, I'm gonna rap.
Hey, that snippet that we listened to on the end of that was some of the stuff that I need to hear.
I just need.
Do you have 24 of those?
I'm
since
saying
you're doing a double disc.
I'm saying include that and give me an extended of the mixtape, and I'll take that. Because honestly,
You're not gonna get better beats than what you heard on the mixtape. That's the thing.
That's
These are legendary hip hop beats,
That's what
so you're
I'm
not
s-
gonna get that.
and just I'll say, and just like Jid when he dropped the Prelux, that's what I was scared of. I
Yeah.
was like, you just dropped a fire
Right.
mixtape. Are you gonna be able to follow that up with your
Mhm.
album? Jid was able to follow that up. But I wouldn't say normally when you think about Cole, you're like, oh my God, he got the best beats I've ever heard.
Right.
So like these were some of the best beats I've ever heard Cole rap on. I don't think he's about to have 2 discs of that.
True that.
And before we move on,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Go ahead.
that mixtape, as we briefly touched on, that mixtape honestly is 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 the most broad version or the most distinct version of Cole I've seen since KOD. Like, and that is only because of the beat selection. That nigga rap like he be rapping. It's just he rapped over a beat that you will not typically hear him on. So if his idea is to just go into the fall off with elevated flow and technical raps over beats that you would expect to hear
'Cause
Cole on.
Yeah, it's like I listened to GNX and listened to the money that was spent on some of them samples. Some of like when you hear whacked out murals and how Kendrick has the bump 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 bump, like it's a story that you're telling, and it's not just always the lyrics that you're saying, but also the musicality of it, of the whole thing as well. Let me ask you a couple more things, really just one more thing, and then we'll close the cold topic. He said the line about JID in there. What did you think about that?
I mean, I think that was a nice shout out to Kendrick. But I feel like that hits a little bit different because when Kendrick was talking about Killer Mike, I think he was just mentioning like the overall. If y'all like what Cole says, if y'all really love hip hop, you would be loving the person who is really about the culture and not thriving off of drama and clickbait. That's Killer Mike. But when Cole's talking about, oh, if y'all really love hip hop, Jid should have been on. Cole, you're the one responsible for that. If you want Jid to be on, you can make that call tomorrow. The fact that Jid is not in the space that he needs to be, that is solely your fault in my eyes.
Hey, don't do that. He's just the Dreamville president that runs operations over there. He doesn't have full control over these artists' lives. He lets them do what they want to do because he was somewhat controlled. And Jay-Z told him to go get a hit with Drake, and he didn't want to do that same thing to his artists.
Yeah, J. Cole let some artists do what he want to do for sure, because Ari Lennox surely walked away and made a better project than I've heard under Dreamville in a long time. I don't think she just magically got better.
I feel like he could have rapped more with Jid. We were talking about this. There's no Jid feature on an official J. Cole project. Yes, you had the Dreamville projects that were great, especially number one was an exceptional, impeccable album when they brought everybody in. They were sending those invitations on social media, and everybody was going to these Dreamville sessions and doing something great and wonderful. Yes, that was amazing, but I feel like you're right with that. Jid and J. Cole reportedly had a joint project together. That's out of Jid's mouth. That's not just something that we're making up. I think he said a 15. I don't know how many tracks he said, but Jid said that they had some shit. We haven't heard none of it. And as owner, you're not making that call. Like, nah, the world has to hear some of these records for hip hop's sake. Your name and the precedent that you do have, J. Cole, even before this battle, I feel like could have elevated Jid to another level. I'm not saying that he's never rapped with Jid before. I'm not saying that they haven't done work together, but there's just a couple things that I feel like you do have to be responsible for in that manner. And when you're over the dude, you're saying, oh, y'all should be pumping up this dude, like Xavier said, what have you done? Bottom line on J. Cole 1 week before the fall off comes out is I just hope that I get something different on this album. What say you as far as just bottom line for Cole going into the fall off with the week?
I just hope it don't suck, man. That
Amen.
like you said already off camera, it seems like the biggest enemy to a lot of our OGs is themselves. Nicki took herself out.
Yeah. Drake.
Kanye took himself out.
Yeah.
Drake took himself out.
Yeah.
J. Cole's starting to take himself out, and hopefully he pulls away a little bit.
Amen.
But I just want this to be, like he said, like Cole said, it's been 7 years.
And he said he's been working on it for
7.
10. He said he's been actually working on it for 10.
So
We've
now,
heard about it since 2018 or whatever.
So now, if I get this project and this concept that you keep mentioning, if this concept don't sound like it took 10 years to develop and come to fruition, Cole,
it has to be one of the greatest hip hop albums ever.
that's what I'm saying. He took too long. He pushed too much. Like he did everything he was taught. He fueled it with drama. He fueled it with negative engagement and positive engagement and edging people on for 10 years. This shit has to be generational.
It has to. It has to. So we'll see. Hey, we got a week left. Xavier.
I don't think we're getting it in a week.
Stop.
I think that mixtape was a prep to get y'all ready for the fact that y'all ain't getting this mixtape.
Come on, man.
Y'all ain't getting it in a week. I'm sorry.
You did mention Ari Lennox and her project. Let me pull it up real quick. She dropped her first album outside of the Dreamville landscape. She is no longer with them, so this was directly a Interscope drop. She feels like she has way more freedom. Vacancy by Ari Lennox came out January 23rd, 2026. What did you think about the album?
I was expecting you to come on here and apologize.
Why?
Like I already said, this project is better than anything I've heard her release under Dreamville in quite some time. And I don't think she just miraculously became good again out of nowhere. I feel like she's always had this in the tuck and for whatever reason wasn't able to or didn't feel comfortable releasing this under that label. I loved it. It was a very sexy, very sexual, sensual album, which typically isn't my go-to, but it was just executed perfect. Like, Ari Lennox has a voice that you don't hear with a lot of current popular artists right now. And I feel like that kind of soul, that kind of style, that more just early jazzy R&B fits so well with a pop record. And who else in this landscape is able to do that other than Ari Lennox? I feel like now that she's able to kind of just go out and release what she wants to, I feel like we're going to see a whole new level of Ari Lennox.
You wanted me to come on this podcast and apologize to Ari Lennox. I'm not. Vacancy by Ari Lennox to me didn't give me what I've been looking for in Ari Lennox since her debut project with Shea Butter Baby. Now, I will argue for days and hours and weeks and months and years about the effect and what I really, really feel Shea Butter Baby gave us with some of, like, you were talking about her voice being something that, you know, it's not in the mainstream. She gives us a jazzy kind of R&B, early R&B type of voice, something different. And I feel like the beats, the content, the lyrics, the whole concept of what Shea Butter Baby was with her coming out. She did release like a project before that under Dreamville, but Shea Butter Baby, I feel like everything came together, and I feel like that was the best of what Ari Lennox had to offer. Now, Vacancy, I'm not saying was bad music. I'm just saying some of the writing to me wasn't on par, And of course, her voice sounds good, but I didn't like the up tempo poppy type of records with her voice versus what Shea Butter Baby gave me. Like it was just, it was just like to trying to fit a need instead of being the unique person that she is and letting her voice really, really carry. Like Ari Lennox was mad that she didn't get a Soul Train award originally. And I know artists change, and I know you're not in the same place that you were 4 or 5 years ago, but you were trying to get a Soul Train award for a reason, because that's what really, really fit who we thought you were. This Vacancy album to me was not that. It was more poppy. It was more upbeat, and of course you can have a different sound. I'm not saying that, but it's just not the sound that I felt like was conducive for what I feel like Ari Lennox could reach in potential if she just stayed with that Shea Butter Baby type of sound. And I've been looking for that sound from her personally since it came out, and I wish she would get back to that bag, but I can't give that. I can't tell artists they need to get back to a bag. They want to experiment, and they want to do different things, and it's their career. So shout out to her. There are some records on this album that I'm definitely gonna take and download and enjoy. But as far as a full project goes, I have not yet to love a Ari Lennox project like I loved Shea Butter Baby, and it's just that simple for me. I need her to get back to what I fell in love with her for, and I just don't see that. I see that in SZA. I see there's things that SZA can do that she did since her first damn album. She's reinvented herself in its different sounds, maybe, but I see exactly why I fell in love with SZA. Summer Walker, I did not like her album as much as I liked her first two projects, but she still had summer coated things in there that said, this is so summer coated. I can only get this with Summer Walker, and I need this. Ari Lennox, to me, when Shea Butter Baby dropped, was on their same plane, and she has not elevated like they have. So that would be my critique of Vacancy by Ari Lennox. But go check it out. Solid project. Great music on there. And I wish the best to her. I don't know if she's gonna retire, because she was talking about retirement too last year. This is gonna be my last album. All these niggas talking about retirement. What's up with that? Music is in a bad place. But that's neither here nor there.
R&B specifically.
Yeah. Amen. IDK.
Album of the year.
Great rapping.
Great rap. Great beat selection.
Great beat selection. Let me play this track.
Great
quick.
beat selection.
Yo, this
Man.
stuff right here.
I've been trying to tell y'all about IDK.
Yeah, you've been talking about this nigga for a long time.
Back when he was going by JIDK.
Hey.
If I was a killer, I would be like Luigi. Do it real clean, treat the strap like a squeezy. Okay. Everybody fuck with you and everyone needy. How the fuck we supposed to coexist when everyone greedy? That's why I move by myself. I don't need no one help. Hit the lick on my lonely, cause they might just tell. Every one of you fake. Y'all plastic as hell. Me and Saul Fat Rapper, man, we never going to jail. I pray the thugs keep thugging, the hopes keep going. The fat ass is shaking while the liquor keep pouring. And they keep looking, cause I keep winning. And I keep her, so I keep grinning. I'm turning a hat to a halo. 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 Okay, the bottom line is I'm a crook with a deal. If my record don't sell, I'ma rob and steal. If a nigga act tough, I don't even gotta shoot him. I'ma get ass to beats like a fucking producer.
Crazy. This whole project was amazing. Some great rapping. 2026 is starting out with a real good hard swing in the month of January, going into February, and the fall off coming. What did you think about this project overall?
Great project to start the year off, and I know we
Mixtape.
I'm over that. Great,
Yeah.
that's all I just can call them projects.
right.
Great project to start the year off, and I know typically we have very short-term memory with just the large influx of music that we have, but I definitely don't see this being an album that gets lost with the year.
Mm-hmm.
definitely will be getting its spins with me. IDK has a great character arc. He has a broad range of sounds and capabilities, from just introspective boom bap to more just love songs. He could write a rap about his mom. He could write a rap from a different perspective about going to jail. He just offers you so many different levels of what you want from a rapper. He's giving you some dance tracks. So I'm just glad to see that he is, especially from an independent standpoint, he has been able to just keep the engagement of his fan
Right,
base
right.
and kind of still branch out to larger artists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think IDK has still yet become like a mainstream artist. I don't think he's mainstream,
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
but he has definitely left a mark and gained a lot of fans who weren't initially, on SoundCloud
Mm-hmm.
in 2014, 2015. So shout out to IDK for sure.
One
I think
thousand
it's
percent.
definitely one of my albums of the year so far. I know we're still early,
Mm.
but he definitely gave me some boom bap elements early to like reminiscent to like early 90s hip hop with like the Foo Chickens and like I just loved everything about it. And initially, I thought the whole album was gonna be like that, but no, it wasn't just all
Switched up.
boom
Yeah.
bap. It was just
Yeah.
the beat selection and production on this album was just great. He's always gonna give you top tier lyricism. He likes to play around with his flow and from singing and rapping. So, great project for me.
Great project. Shout out to IDK. ETDS, a mixtape by IDK, is out now. Go ahead and check that out. We listened to some of that Don Octane.
Oh,
Came
yeah.
out today.
Woo!
Sounds really, really good. We'll have more in depth critique of Don Tolliver, but go ahead and check that out. What we
Yes.
heard so far sounds really, really good. Sounds like something that we've heard from him before, but some of his projects have been other
Yeah.
projects have been okay. This one sounds really, really good in the pathway of what we've known Don Tolliver for, and what we know come to love from him
Right.
thus far.
Definitely expect a little bit of a roller coaster. He's gonna take you on some highs
Right.
with some really upbeat pop records, but he's gonna take you on these lows with more slow, sensual songs. So Don Tolliver always ready to take you on a journey.
Right. Also, Jordan Ward has dropped a project as well. We did not get to hear what that sounds like, but we'll check it out and see. I just want to let the people know. Backward by Jordan Ward, 17 records. Well, it's not 17 because you got videos for 16 and 17.
Honestly, Currency had dropped as well.
Okay.
Currency dropped once a month.
Tia Corinne is on here.
Woo!
Your girl.
That's my girl right there.
Right. Currency dropped a project as well.
Yes, Everywhere You Look.
Okay.
There's also a project 656 from Rock Marciano. That's crazy. I used to go by like some of my tags used to be 6562 because that's my first last initial, like my numbers for like if you spell my name out.
Oh, okay.
656. I used to
Okay.
be doing that back in the day when I was a kid. But
Okay.
Rock Marciano, if you haven't checked him out, make sure to check him out. If you like Earl Sweatshirt, but if you were ever like, man, I love Earl Sweatshirt, but these beats kind of suck.
Then-
Listen to Rock Marciano. Like, he gives you that aesthetic, that vibe of a Earl Sweatshirt, but his production and his beats, chef's kiss. So
For
definitely
sure.
check that out as well.
For sure.
We got a lot of projects to wait on too.
Yeah.
El Mean is supposed to be dropping
Oh,
in
okay.
I believe March. We got that Denzel Curry, the Scythe project, supposed to be dropping, I believe, in a couple weeks, actually, in February. So that'll be coming soon. We're still waiting on that Jill Scott.
We got that Jill Scott coming February 13th, I believe. Day before Valentine's Day. So we got Bruno Mars.
Your boy. And
We'll
we might be expecting another Wale something.
I hope.
He
I
just
hope.
dropped a single,
hope.
that James freestyle.
Okay.
It was really good. So I'm expecting something from Wale maybe this year, next year. So
Mhm.
just keep your eyes out. A lot of music on the way.
Wale also dropped a video of him and Leon in the studio together when they dropped that record Watching Us. So it's great to see artists in the studio together. And I guess Leon was the one to pull Wale, and Wale was like, "Dang, I ain't been in a studio session like this in a long time. Artists, please get back to being in the studio together with each other, not just sending the record over and getting it done. I know y'all busy, but there's magic that happens when you guys are in the studio together. So that's lovely to see.
Right, and I would definitely be here for a Wale Leon Thompson
Ooh,
project.
project,
Yeah, I always
yeah.
call that man Thompson. I'm here for a Leon Thomas and no, I'm blinking on that boy's name.
Wale.
Oh my, got me sounding like Kai Cenat. Speaking of, I know it's not hip hop, but you see them
Yeah.
getting on Kai Cenat?
About what? Just reading?
Yeah. I mean, I know we all popcorn readers. And I know we used to throw it to the kid who stutter a little bit just so we get out of class early or just get a little hee hee ha.
People don't like to see the self improvement of anybody that's going on.
But I think, again, shout out my guy, FD. I think it is very important. It's not the podcast for this, but I think it's very important for a person like Kai Cenat to have a public transformation because he was very public in his ignorance, which garnered this audience that he has.
Mhm.
So I think going to that same audience
that's
and
important.
having that transformation, especially when we know a lot of his fan base be like 14. So I think it's something that they need to see.
I agree.
Maybe go out there, read some books. Self-help books in general, kind of sketchy in my opinion. But
Why you say that?
you know, like, what do you think about self-help books?
It depends on which one. It depends on what it is. It depends on what you're trying to improve or elevate within yourself. Some can work for some people, some don't work for other people.
I don't know. I just feel like it's cap. Not cap in the sense like it's like they're just lying to get money, but I just feel like different from like a counselor. You get a counselor, you don't know the personality of that counselor. You don't know exactly what they're gonna say to your circumstances, but you're buying this self-help book because it's gonna talk about a specific lesson that most likely validates whatever feelings that you already have.
I think some things may work. Some things are still relevant to the day. Like John Maxwell writes a book called Failing Forward, and he talks about failure, and I think failure and success, people put failure here, people put success here. Sometimes you got to put that shit together and take the punches because you learn from your experiences, and some of the things in that book help you understand that. People can read that and understand that. Other people can't. It just depends what you're really, really taking from this stuff. So if whatever can help Kai Cenat in his
for sure.
let it. But I get what you're saying.
And I was just saying that in the sense of I don't think a self-help book should be like a Kendrick Lamar song.
Okay.
It should be more like a J. Cole song. You should
more a little simple.
Yeah,
not
5
intricate.
people shouldn't be able to go into a self-help book and leave with 5 different messages. Like, no, this is what you should be leaving. This is the message that it should be. And I feel like when you give somebody material to dissect, but they themselves don't have the tools they need to understand what they're reading and how to dissect it, and now they're just leaving with whatever message that they think, that's how they
when
end
it
up
gets
just
scary.
Yeah, they just validating whatever they want to validate without a.
You're not
I don't
really
want to say you need a professional.
That means you're not really getting. You're not sucking. Like sometimes you do. Like join a damn book club and have a discussion. Some people need to have discussions about. Some people need to have discussions about what the book really means and how this and this like goes together and how it tied in and what the author was trying to portray in this certain subject, because the discussion is beautiful and the exploration is beautiful. But if you don't understand what you're reading, I'll be having to read shit a couple times. And
I'm dyslexic to the mug.
But
I gotta reread.
Once I'm like, okay, hold on, then I'm like, okay, now I can really, really understand that. So, yeah, pray for Kai Cenat, I guess. I don't know what's going on with his ex and NBA YoungBoy and whatever happened with that. Or
I try to stay out of people's relationships and business stuff like that. And to keep it a buck, I didn't even know that man was in a relationship.
Yeah,
until I saw that. Then I saw that I saw a little thing. She was like, "I only got with him to make you jealous, and I've been sitting here waiting for you." I'm like, "Ugh." But then I saw a bunch of pictures and videos of her and Kai, and I'm like, that boy looked happy.
He looked happy.
He looked very happy.
Now he said he don't want to get another relationship ever again. That man got millions of dollars. Anyway, that man got millions of dollars. So I ain't gonna do that.
I mean, I don't want to say millionaires can't cry. but just not on my watch. Don't let me see them tears, nigga.
Like you ain't got 70 billion people in your DM. Anyway.
But if they
All
weren't her,
Oh, okay.
they didn't have the key to my heart like she did, Cayman.
Some of
She
them.
got me out here reading books. I cut my hair. I'm reading now.
Hey, women really have you out here reading books. Women really, they play like, nah, they got to control. Like, y'all be saying, bruh, women will come in your life and do
Yeah,
some stuff.
just for like what you said. That boy got all that
Man.
money,
Yeah.
but all that money wasn't enough to keep that girl.
Ugh.
I'm hurt. I
Yeah.
thought I had it all, but
Yeah.
but now I'm realizing all I wanted was her.
Yeah.
But everything I've been fighting for wasn't even enough to because I ain't the only nigga with money.
Mm.
Sometimes you need a personality.
Mm.
Not to say you don't got a personality, big dog. I don't know you like that.
But that's just in general.
That's just in general,
That's
though.
just in general.
I like what did Kendrick say about Drake? This ain't exactly what he said verbatim. You can't buy yourself out of corniness. Like, yeah, you got some money, you got some swag, but
Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with.
at all, because I know you.
Exactly.
Hey,
I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, the way that you dress.
like once you take that swag off,
Yeah.
it's just you.
Yachty can't give you no swag neither. That man's a prophet. But we getting out of here. All right, y'all. I'm Cayman.
I'm gonna try not to get pissed off this week.
Yes, the
I'm
fall off
Xavier.
is here. We will be back with a review of the fall off, some other music that has dropped. I'm excited, man. We gonna see.
You
We
think
gonna
it's
see.
do you think the follow-up's gonna be a disc 2 like on Rocky's project? That disc 2 was like that disc 2 was like 4 songs, 2 tracks and a video or something like.
tracks. Two tracks.
I like Rocky.
That is not a. That is.
He just wanted to say it, like unless he was like trying to like.
I don't know
he's
what.
like, I gotta get out of my
Yo,
label. I gotta
right.
get out of this contract.
Yeah, he
'Cause, you know,
definitely
they do
tried
like the
some
disc.
stuff. Yeah,
Disc 2 was a whole other project and
Right.
stuff like that.
right.
But nah,
That was hilarious. Cause I'm like, why did he even make this a disc too? That was so random.
maybe he's keeping it for the deluxe.
And
When he
I
dropped the
guess he
deluxe,
is going to
it'll be
have
the
a deluxe,
extended
and
disc
people
too.
are saying there might be a Rihanna feature, but people said there might be a Rihanna feature right now on Don't Be Dumb.
Well,
so I don't
that
know.
man was talking about Rihanna trying to get in the booth, and in my opinion, it sounded like she want to rap. He said she wants some knowledge beats. Well, that's not- she said she wanted
I
some
heard that.
Alchemist beats.
I heard that.
I mean, I don't really know what to expect from a Rihanna
But
or
I
some
wanna hear it.
Alchemist. For sure, want to
I
hear
want to
that.
hear a knowledge beat.
For sure, want to. Oh yeah. Fuck a Bruno Mars, nigga. Get
knowledge.
Anderson and Rihanna in that fucking booth with knowledge, and I'm gonna go
Nah.
crazy.
Hey, that would be fire.
That'd be nice.
be
But
fire.
has it been too long? Does she still got it?
I think R&B is different than rap, and I mean, I just don't know about mixing the ASAP Rocky element in with the Rihanna, but it might be fire. You never know.
I'm still nervous
He's
about
very
that.
artsy, but I wouldn't say it. I would say she sticks with something. But if she could, I mean, Alchemist is doing a project with Erykah Badu. What energy or what sound is that?
She probably heard that and was
It was like,
I
give me
need-
some
I
of
need to
that.
get on that.
Give
Yeah,
me
yeah.
some of that.
And I'm here for that.
And
But
knowledge is one of them too. That
I still
want to hear.
I still come from. I don't even know if you could say this. I'm gonna say it. I still come from the autistic culture of keep my greens and my
you
macaroni
go.
and cheese
Yeah.
separate on my plate.
Yeah, I don't
I
want.
don't want my-
it to touch.
Keep my ASAP Rocky far away from my bad gal.
Yeah,
I don't want him. Well, he's touched her a lot,
but
but
sometimes
I don't want him touching Rihanna.
sometimes when the mac and the yams touch,
Woo! Well, I didn't say mac and yams. I said leave that mac away from my greens. Mac and yams, that's a different story.
See,
Smack that thing right on top.
there you go.
Put some Ferg and Rihanna in the booth. I might be there.
Ooh.
Hold on now.
I think Rocky said he missed Ferg. He said salute.
He definitely. He
Oh,
didn't
we
say
gotta
it.
talk-
I gotta pee again.
Yeah, we gotta talk about we out of here, y'all. But we gotta talk about the group too. We gotta talk about the group. What was it? Denzel Curry, ASAP.